Okay. Hey guys, my name is Rebels. Yes, I'm back with another commentary, and like I said, the commentary I'm gonna be doing is a non-related void VYOND related thing. So yeah, this will be the first time I'm doing a commentary on a non-related VYOND thing. And it'll be on what will happen in one goggle years. Oh yeah, and I might warn you, I already seen this video, and this video I really detest a lot. Because it gave out a weird, idiotic fact, and it had to bring up some facts I don't really like. But I'm gonna do a commentary on it anyway, so let's commentate on it.
What will be tomorrow? This is perhaps the most important question for all mankind.
Okay, Riddle, here's the thing though, can you at least say humankind? Because every time I hear the word mankind, it always makes me, always have to hear thinking about, you're talking about the men. Really? What about the woman? Can you at least say humankind? Because that word is a little bit better. This is just a message to you, Riddle, if you're watching this.
Everyone would like to look a couple of years ahead into the future and see themselves, what their life will be like. But what if I suggest to you to go to a very, very, very distant future? There are so many videos of this sort on YouTube.
Yeah, and basically we don't really need more of these videos. Because we have been discussing them a lot of times. Also, I already know what's gonna happen in the goggle years. And it's definitely not gonna be very exciting.
What will happen in 1,000 years, in 100,000 years, in a million, or even in 1 quintillion years? But what if we look further? Generally speaking, what will the world be like in God knows how many years?
What? Why are you mentioning God? You do realize God doesn't have anything to do with this. No offense, God. I can't believe I said that, but I'm not trying to be rude to you, God.
Let's fantasize, visualize, and imagine this fascinating topic. 1 billion years from now.
What? What? Are you kidding me? You decided to skip ahead 1 billion years? Can you at least start off with 1,000 years just like you did in your what will happen in 10 quadrillion years from now? And especially the same way, you also skipped ahead 1,000,000 years, especially 10 million years, 100 million years, 180 million years, and insert million years from now here thing.
The sun becomes 10% brighter. The average temperature of the Earth's surface is now 47 degrees Celsius. The seas and oceans are gradually evaporating, and the atmosphere is saturated with water vapor, creating a powerful greenhouse effect. Earth is no longer such an hospitable place in our solar system.
Well, I'm about to say something, and you're gonna read it correctly. I hope the Earth still is habitable for life in 1 billion years. And besides, Earth, I mean, sure, there was a time Earth was a burning planet, but that was 4.6 billion years ago. And yes, Mars is pretty much still gonna have life, so whatever. I won't be alive in 1 billion years, though. I really wish the human lifespan was 1 billion years or something.
3,800,000,000 years from now. Andromeda is hurtling through space towards the Milky Way at a speed of 400,000 kilometers per hour. In the distant 21st century, it was 2.5 million light years from Earth. Now, the Andromeda galaxy has reached the point of contact. The two monsters merge, creating a new combination megagalaxy, Melomades.
Okay, before we continue on, I just want to say a few things. Well, that's supposed to happen in 4 billion years, not 3,800,000,000 years from now. I don't know. But it's supposed to be in 4 billion years.
5 billion years from now.
Okay, here comes the worst part of the video now. Here's why.
Our solar system, located in the newly created galaxy of Melomades, is experiencing the final stage of its existence. Our sun is about to reach the point of no return, its radius increasing rapidly. It is now 200 times larger than it was in the 21st century. All of the planets and their satellites in our system have been destroyed.
Okay, there. That is exactly the worst part of the video. Here's why. He said all the planets and the satellites will be destroyed. Are you kidding me, Riddle? That's not gonna happen in 5 billion years. Because the sun will never, you do realize the sun will never destroy the entire solar system. It's only going to swallow up Mercury and Venus. And there has been rumors that the sun will swallow up Earth, but I am hoping for the Earth to survive. It's not going to swallow up the entire solar system. It's only going to swallow up Mercury and Venus. How do you even do your research, Riddle? Let's just continue on. But anyways, that's the worst part of the video I wanted to show you. The next part will be extremely scary. Well, future parts.
Swallowed up by our ever-expanding red giant sun, which now dominates here. 12 billion years from now, our solar system, in which life once thrived, now looks like this.
Well, just exactly what I mentioned. The solar system will look almost the same without Mercury and Venus. Yeah, I don't know about Earth though.
Just a small, dense white dwarf star, which is gradually fading and cooling into the next stage.
No, just a small small white dwarf star, but with also 6 planets that have not been swallowed up, and the dwarf planets, and also Pluto will actually have life in 5 billion years. Yeah, it will be habitable in the next 5 billion years. I'm just letting you guys know. The planets in the solar system are still going to be there in 5 billion years. Well, not Mercury and Venus, but other planets in the solar system. Why on Earth would you think? You're just making up excuses right now, Riddle.
That of a cold and inactive black dwarf, the remains of our once proud sun. There's nothing else around.
Yeah, yes, there is. There's still planets in our solar system that were managed to not get swallowed up by the sun. Can you at least say without Mercury and Venus instead of the proud lonely sun? You're making up excuses like I said, Riddle.
But soon even this nothing will disappear. 100 billion years from now, the irregular collection of galaxies known as the Virgo supercluster is nearly 200 million light-years in diameter and is comprised of hundreds of small clusters and galaxy groups, including our own. This enormous supercluster has now grown so old that it begins to stabilize and converge into one super mega behemoth galaxy that spans hundreds of millions of light years. This same lawlessness is happening across the universe with all of the other superclusters as they also begin to converge. But due to the accelerating effect of dark energy, all of this is happening very slowly, relatively speaking. Mega billions of light years of the cosmic abyss still divide the superclusters at this moment in time.
Okay, I have nothing to say about that part, I guess. But let's just continue on.
1 trillion years from now.
Okay, you just did it again. You have to skip past a lot of years. So weird.
The beginning of the end. Almost all of the existing galaxies have died. And unfortunately, there are almost no clouds of gas left, which are necessary for the formation of new stars.
But you do realize that you said the galaxies were now formed into one mega large galaxy. Isn't that what you just said?
2 trillion years from now, dark energy is ever faster and faster dominating the expanses of our universe as the acceleration is accelerating. At this point, the universe's size has reached a truly monumental and mind-boggling scale. The acceleration becomes so rapid that all objects that are beyond our or any local supercluster of galaxies are no longer visible. If there are still surviving sentient beings in the universe at this point, they are no longer able to obtain any new empirical data on the state of the large-scale structure of the universe on the scale studied in the past.
Okay, there's a lot of things I want to say for for that part. One, that proves humans are still gonna be alive in exactly 1 trillion years. And two, Dark, isn't it that a few whatever is more than 2? So I'm pretty sure it's not gonna be in a few. It's gonna and besides, many times you said in a few trillion years, and that's kind of more than 2 trillion years. So basically, I thought that might happen in actually 10 trillion years or whatever trillion years, insert trillion years here. Thing, whatever.
20 trillion years from now, the end of sunsets. Even the longest-lived stars of our galaxy, red dwarfs, pass on into oblivion.
Fuck you! Fuck you! Ass!
After these, there are small, cold black dwarfs and the meager radiation emanating from them. And of course, there still remains the lords of nothingness, black holes.
Well, let me tell you something. Black holes, of course, I hate them. Because they suck up things. Wow. And yet, I have a feeling they might be a little bit invisible to a universe due to the fact that they're black and the universe is also black itself. If the universe was white, it would have had white holes.
It's growing darker and darker in our galaxy. 100 trillion years from now. This is the end. The last normal star in the universe crosses over. Except for neutron stars and the white, brown, and black dwarfs, there are no more stars in the universe.
Are you sure about that riddle? I mean, according to research, you might find that there might be still white dwarfs in a trillion years. Well, technically, a few trillion years from now.
Black holes, forever drifting across the unending darkness, eat the remnants of the planets. 10 to the 37th years from now.
Wow. You just did it again. You decided to skip a bunch of years. That kind of proves you're lazy right now. I'm not trying to be rude to your riddle, but I have a feeling you might be lazy to do this video.
This is the penultimate stage of existence. This is the year 10 followed by 37 zeros of our era. This is the epoch when the only remaining energy in our universe is generated due to the decay of protons and the annihilation of individual particles. All of the wandering planets and other bodies have either already broken down into elementary particles or have been swallowed by black holes. The universe is dying.
Well, how about you actually go ahead to a goggle years from now with what it go on when the universe dies?
10 to the 100th power years from now. The year is 10 followed by 100 zeros of our era. Almost the end. The universe has expanded to such an extent that no words are sufficient to describe the distances between the last surviving black holes and subatomic particles. And finally, non-existence. The end.
Okay, so you actually decided to go ahead to a goggle years. But whatever. That video, of course. Wait, actually, it's not over.
Nothingness. Due to Hawking radiation, the last of the black holes have evaporated. There is nothing more, and even nothing is no more.
Well, guess what, actually? Because there's also been here, I also heard rumors about a new Big Bang coming. That proves that nothing will become everything again. Huh. Okay, so you said that things might happen here. But anyways, wow, that video I really desensed on. That was one of the worst videos ever made on YouTube. Well, in my opinion. Here's why. One, he said the sun would swallow up the entire solar system. Really? It will only swallow up Mercury and Venus and possibly Earth. And two, he also decided to skip ahead a billion years. Really? You could have started off with a million years or something? Or maybe 1,000 years? Three, instead of saying Google years, he said the end. Wow. But like I said, that video was nothing but one of the worst videos ever made on YouTube. In my opinion. I cannot believe what is this video exist. And also besides, there's also hoping for a new Big Bang to happen because I heard rumors about it. So that means that proves that it will not be the end of everything. And also, wow. And also, he also said in 3,800,000,000 years from now, he said the Milky Way and Andromeda Galaxy will collide together. That's supposed to happen in 4 billion years, not 3,800,000,000 years. Well, thanks for watching, and I'll see you later.